Windows functions are a very important topic in SQL Server. These are the functions which practically get used, and any interview calls for it. So Windows functions, they perform calculations on a set of table rows. So that are somehow related to the current row. So now here in Windows functions, one important thing is that they will not collapse the rows. Okay, Windows functions get applied on some part, or some portion of the table. Okay, so these get applied on some set of rows, but when we get the final result, we will have all the records that are there in the main table. They are not going to reduce the number of rows that are there. But these functions get applied on one set of rows. I can define how do I want it. Now, let's say I want to rank the salaries by the I want to rank the employees by their salaries. Now that does not become possible with Windows with any SQL group by aggregate functions. Any SQL group by functions will group the rows according to certain criteria. But to make use of functions where I would want each and every record, I make use of Windows functions. So a window is nothing but a set of rows, and these functions, they perform app operations on those data. So now with the help of these functions, I can aggregate data, format the strings, extract dates. So these functions get applied on these get applied on a window, that is a set of records. And here with the Windows functions, I can specify the window where I want to apply the function. So I can specify, do I want the result for the entire data set, or I want to do it on the basis of windows. Let's say I want total sales. I can do that also, or otherwise I can also say grouping the that is grouping the sales, that is creating the windows based on the product name or based on the product category. So that is also possible with Windows functions. There are three types of Windows functions. One is the aggregate window functions, which includes sum, max, count, min, average. These aggregate functions are included in aggregate window functions. Then there is value window functions. Now these they are used to apply lag, lead, first value, last value. All these functions can be applied. Then we also have ranking window functions. Now for the ranking window functions, there is rank, dense rank, row number, and we are going to see each and every category of the Windows functions in detail. Any basic syntax of the Windows function is whatever function we want to apply, and on the column that we apply, then the next is over keyword. Now once we use the over keyword, in the over keyword I will specify partition by and order by. Now partition by and order by are optional. I will show you, I'll demonstrate one basic Windows function. So with the help of over, I can specify how do I want the window to be. And in over, I can specify partition by and order by. All this also we are going to see how do we do this. In the partition by clause also, I can specify any number of columns. So one simple example here is, consider if I want to compare the maximum and the minimum score for all the records. So here I include all the details from the table. Apart from that, I say max of score over. So now what happens here is I'm asking for the maximum score, and that gets included here. If I say max of score over department name, then whatever is, let's say computer science, here the maximum score is 90. So here I will get 90. For microbiology, here I have two scores, 76, 80, 65. Then here I am going to get 80, because if I say over department name, then I am going to get it segregated by the department name. Similarly goes for the minimum score. So this is one basic example of how a Windows query looks like. I specify the function and on what the function has to be applied, and then over clause is included, and in the over clause I can specify partition by or order by, and these can be specified. If it does not get specified, it includes this for the entire table. Further, we will see what are the other examples where I can specify each category of the Windows function.